topic, that is rooted trees. Suppose let we say that we say that say that D is a directed tree. D is a directed tree whenever G is a tree. That means G is a tree with the directed edges. Then it is called directed trees. A directed tree is a directed graph whose underlying graph is a tree. Means a graph is, suppose G is a tree. Suppose G is a tree, and if the edges are directed, then it is called a directed tree here. D is a directed tree whenever G is a tree. So let D be the directed graph, G is a underlying graph. Then we say that D is a directed tree whenever G is a tree. A directed tree T is called a root tree. A directed tree is called a root tree if it satisfies the two conditions. First one, that T contains a unique vertex. T contains a unique vertex. Unique vertex means there is only a one vertex called the root whose in degree is equal to 0, and the in degrees of all other vertices of a T is equal to 1. A directed tree is said to be a rooted tree if the T contains only a one vertex, that is called the root whose in degree is equal to 0, and the other remaining vertices have a in degree equal to 1. Then it is called a rooted tree. See the examples here. The vertex whose in degree is equal to 0. Here the in degree is equal to 0. But the remaining vertex should have a in degree equal to 1. See, this vertex have a in degree 0. Sorry, in degree 2. Therefore, it is not a tree. Not a tree. Now take one more example here. Now see here, in degree of this vertex is 0, in degree of this vertex is 1, this is also 1, this is also 1, this is also 1, this is also 1, and remaining all vertices have a in degree equal to 1. So therefore it is a tree. Therefore it is a tree here. So in a rooted tree, we denote the root by the R. So denote it by the root R, and draw the diagram of the tree downwards, and upper level to lower level. We have to draw the graph downwards, upper level to lower level, so that the arrows will be dropped here. Then the root R will be at the uppermost level, and uppermost level, and all other vertices will be at a lower levels. So a vertex V, suppose V is a vertex of the rooted tree. Suppose V is the vertex of the rooted tree, and tree is said to be a is said to be a at the kth level, at the kth level, or has a level number k. Means, suppose, consider this is a vertex V. A vertex V is said to be a kth level, at the kth level, or has a level number k if the path from R to B, if the path from R to B is of a length k. Path from R to B is of a length k means number of edges present in the path from R to B. From the R to B, number of edges is 1 here, so that it is of a level 1. Similarly, for this one, a path from R to B have a number of edges is 1 and 2. So therefore, this vertex have a level 2, and this vertex have a level 3, and this vertex have a level 3 same. Suppose there is a two vertices V1 and V2. Consider this one as V1 and V2. Suppose there is a two vertices V1 and V2 such that V1 has a lower level number. Suppose V1 has a lower level number. So this V1 has a level 1. V1 is a 1th level or level number k. Level number 1. V2 has a level number. Number of edges will be 2. So therefore V2 have a level number 2. So in that case, if V1 has a lower level than the V2 and there is a path from V1 to V2. So here also there is a path from V1 to V2. In such that V1 has a lower level number, then we say that V1 as a ancestor and V2 as a descendant. V1 as ancestor and V2 as a descendant of V1. V1 as ancestor of V2. In particularly, if V1 and V2 are such that V1 has a lower level number than the V2, and there is a edge between the V1 and V2. There is a edge between V1 and V2, and from the V1 to V2 there is an edge from V1 to V2. Then V1 is called a parent, V2 is called a child. Under the same condition, means V1 has a lower level number than the V2 and there is a edge between V1 and V2. Then we call V1 as a parent, V2 as a child. Similarly, if V1 has a lower level number than the V2 and there is a path between V1 and V2, then V1 is called ancestor and V2 is called a descendant. But if they have an edge between the V1 and V2, then V1 is called a parent, V2 is called a child. As according to this example, this will be the parent for this vertex and this is a child. These two vertices are the child of this vertex V2 and this is the parent for these two vertices. Similarly, here also, this is a parent vertex for these two and this is a parent vertex for this one and this will become child. And this will be the parent and this will be the child. So on like that. So the two vertices with a common parent are referred to as the siblings. Siblings means two vertices have a common parent. See here, these two vertices have this common parent here. So these two vertices are called siblings. and a vertex whose out degree is 0. A vertex whose out degree is 0 is called a leaf. See here, these vertices have a out degree 0 and these two also have a out degree 0. Therefore, these vertices are called a leaf. A vertex which is not a leaf, a vertex which is not a leaf is called a internal vertex. Means all these are called internal vertex because these have not have out degree 0. Means these are not a leaf. If they are not a leaf, then those are called internal vertex. I am drawing the same as it is the above graph, rooted tree, by giving the name to the vertices V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7, V8, V9. All the directions of the vertices will be on the downwards here. See here, V1 and V2 are of the first level. V1 and V2. V3 and V4 are of the second level. Of the V3 and V4 have the second level. V5, V6, V7 have the V5, V6 and V7 have the third level. Means number of edges from R to V5 is 1, 2, 3. So V5 have a third level. V6 also have a number of edges from R to V is 1, 2, 3. Similarly V7 1, 2, 3. And V8 and V9 have fourth level. V8 and V9 have fourth level here. And now V1 is the ancestor of V3, V5, V6, V7 because there is a path between V1 and V3 and also V1 and V5 and also V1 and V6. So there is a path in between these vertices. If there is a path between in these vertices, V1 is a lower level number than comparing V3, V5, V6. So that V1 is an ancestor of V3, V5, V6. Similarly, V3 is the ancestor of V5 and V6. And V1 is a parent to V3. V3 is a parent to V5, V6. Similarly, for the V2, V4, V7, V8, V9 are the descendant and V2 is the ancestor of these vertices. And V2 is a parent to V4. V4 is parent to V7. V8 and V9 are the childs of the V7. So V1 is parent for these all vertices. And V1, V2, V3, V4, V7 are called the internal vertices. V5, V6, V8, V9 are called the leaves of the vertices. So the next topic is M-array tree. A rooted tree T is called M-array tree. If every vertex of T is of out degree less than or equal to M. That is, if every vertex of a T has at most M children. That is, if every vertex has at most M children. Suppose M equal to 2. Then it is called a binary tree. If M equal to 2 is called binary tree. Is called binary tree. And a T is called, and a rooted tree, T is called complete M-array tree. Complete M-array tree. If every internal vertex of a T has, if every internal vertex of a T has out degree M, that is, if every internal vertex, if every internal vertex T has exactly M children, then it is called complete M-array tree. On the same base, a binary tree, a rooted tree T is called a binary tree, means complete binary tree. A binary tree is called complete binary tree. If every internal vertex, of a T is of out degree 2, that is, every internal vertex has exactly 2 children. A tree is called a M-array tree if every vertex of a T is of out degree less than or equal to M. Suppose if M is equal to 2, then it is called binary tree. Means a vertex has at most M childrens. The same M-array tree is called complete M-array tree if every internal vertex of a T has exactly M children. On the same, a complete binary tree is called a complete binary tree if every internal vertex of a T is of a out degree equal to 2. Means if every internal vertex has exactly 2 children. So see the example here. So see the examples here. Every internal vertex have a children 2. This vertex has a 2 children. This vertex also have a 2 children. This vertex has a 2 children. Come to this one. This vertex has a 2 children. This vertex also have a 2 children. So therefore, if every vertex has a 2 children, then it is called complete binary tree. This will be the example for the complete binary tree. So the next one is balanced tree. Balanced tree. Balanced tree means a rooted tree T and H is the highest level number achieved by a leaf. If H is the highest level number achieved by the leaf of a T, then T is said to have height H. Then T is said to have height H. Suppose a rooted tree of a height H is said to be balanced. Is said to be balanced if the level number of every leaf is H or H minus 1. Then we say that a tree is a balanced tree. See this graph here. V5, V6, V8, V9 are the leaves of the vertices. Highest level of the leaf is V8 because this have a level 4 and this is also of a level 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and this one have a level 1, 2, 3, 4. So therefore in this case V8, V5, V6, V8, 9 are the leaf. Highest level of the leaf will be 4 here and the remaining leaves will have a level 3 and 4 means that is less than or equal to, so h equal to 3 and the remaining leaves will have a level 3 and 4, that is highest level of the V5, V6, V8, V9 have level 4. Therefore, H will be 4 here. Remaining leaves we should have a level less than or equal to H or H minus 1 means 3. So, remaining will have a level 3 and 4. So, this is a balanced. This is a balanced tree. Now come to this graph here. Here this one and this one are the leaves here. This leaf has a level 2. This leaf has a level 1, 2, 3. This leaf have a level 1, 2, 3, 4. Highest level means 4. But the remaining these vertices means, for example, this vertex have a level 2 here. But according to the definition of the balanced tree, remaining vertices should have either a 4 or 3 as a level. So therefore it is not a balanced. Not a balanced. So that is the difference between balanced tree and not balanced tree. So next one is full binary tree. Full binary tree means a tree of a height h is called a full binary tree if all the leaves in a tree are at a level h. All the leaves of a tree should have a level h. Then it is called a full binary tree. For example, so take down the example here. See here, these all are leaves of the tree. So this vertex, this leaf has a length 1, 2, 3. This leaf have a level 1, 2, 3. This leaf have a level 1, 2, 3. This leaf have a level 1, 2, 3. This leaf also have 1, 2, 3. This leaf have a level 1, 2, 3. Means all the leaves have a level 3. So that it is called full binary tree. So now take down the example here. Let T be a complete M-array tree of order n with the P leaves and the Q internal vertices. Prove the followings. So n equal to mq plus 1, that is equal to mp minus 1 divided by m minus 1. P equal to m minus 1 into q plus 1 is equal to m minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by m. Q equal to n minus 1 divided by m, that is equal to p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. Come to the solution here. We already know that it is a complete M-array tree. Means every internal vertex have a out degree m here. Every vertex have a inner rooted tree with every internal vertex. Internal vertex have a out degree m here. If every internal vertex have a out degree m, we know that every vertex of a rooted tree is either a leaf or an internal vertex. So therefore, the total number of vertices in the tree is the sum of the number of the leaves and sum of the number of internal vertices. So therefore, total number of vertices of the tree equal to number of leaves plus number of internal vertices, that is P and Q. Call this one as equation 1. We know that outer degree of every leaf of a tree is 0. Outer degree of every leaf is 0. Outer degree of leaf is 0, and outer degree of internal vertex is m. Therefore sum of the outer degree of vertices of a T is leaves have a degree 0. So therefore it is P into 0. Internal vertices, each vertex have a degree m, then it is Q into m, that is equal to Qm. Call this one as equation 2. Sum of the out degrees of the T equal to Qm. Since a rooted tree is of order n, order is n here. In degree of the root is 0. In degree of root is 0, and the in degree of the remaining n minus 1 vertices. Already one vertex, that is root, is cancelled. Remaining are n minus 1 vertices. Remaining n minus 1 vertices are 1 each according to the definition. Remaining vertices have a degree 1 each. So therefore sum of the in degree of remaining vertices is 1 each. So therefore sum of the in degrees of vertices is one vertex have a 0 degree, remaining n minus 1 vertices have a degree 1. Therefore it is equal to n minus 1. Call this one as equation 3. We know that the theorem of the digraph theory, sum of the out degrees is equal to sum of the in degrees. Therefore Qm equal to n minus 1. n is equal to Qm plus 1, and call this one as equation 4. Q equal to n minus 1 divided by m. Call this one as equation 5. And we now using the expression 4 in the equation 1. Using the 4 in equation 1. Now it becomes Q, substitute 4 in 1. So Qm plus 1 is equal to P plus Q. That will give you P equal to m minus 1 into Q plus 1. Simplify this term, you will get a P equal to m minus 1 into Q plus 1. Call this one as equation 6. This can also be written as Q equal to P minus 1 divided by m minus 1. Call this one as equation 7. Now putting this into the equation 4, substitute 7 in 4. Substitute 7 in equation 4. That is n equal to m into P minus 1 divided by m minus 1 plus 1. Simplify the term. You will get a mp minus 1 divided by m minus 1. Now at the last, substituting the expression 7. Substitute 7 in 1. We get substitute 7 in 1. N equal to p plus q. Seventh one is q equal to p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. So n equal to p plus p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. M minus 1. That is m minus 1 into n is equal to p into m minus 1 plus p minus 1, that is equal to pm minus 1. By simplifying this term, I am just writing here, substitute 7 in 1. By the substitution of 7 in 1, we get a n equal to p plus p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. Take a LCM first here. Then p into m minus 1 plus p minus 1 whole divided by m minus 1. Send this m minus 1 to the LHS. Then it becomes m minus 1 into n equal to p of m minus 1 plus p minus 1. Open the bracket and simplify. You will get a pm minus 1. Now send a 1 on to the RHS. Send a 1 on to the RHS. Then it becomes m minus 1 into n. Minus 1 is sent to RHS. Then it becomes plus 1. That is equal to pm. Now send m on to the RHS. Then it becomes p equal to m minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by m. That is our required proof. Take down the example here. How many internal vertices does a complete 5-array tree have with the 817 leaves here? So as according to our previous derivation, as we have compared here, in the A, m equal to 5. A tree with 817 leaves. Leaves means p equal to 817. We have to find out the q here. Q means internal vertices. As we know the formula, q equal to p minus 1 divided by m minus 1. P minus 1 means 816. M minus 1 means 4. That is equal to 204. Therefore, internal vertices are 204. Come to the second one here. So, according to the second one, how many leaves does a complete 6-array tree of order 733 have? Complete 6-array tree means m equal to 6. Order means n equal to 733. Find out the number of leaves means p equal to. So we know the formula p equal to m minus 1 into n plus 1 divided by m. So m equal to 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 into 733 plus 1 divided by 6. That is equal to 611. Thus, a tree has 611 leaves. Now come to the next example here. The computer laboratory of a school has 10 computers that are to be connected to a wall socket that has 2 outlets. Connections are made by using the extension of the cords. Those cords will have also 2 outlets each. Now we have to find the least number of cords needed to get these computers set up for the use here. So here in this we have to consider A complete binary tree having a wall socket as a tree. So our wall socket is tree. A wall socket is tree. So consider it as a wall socket. So consider this wall socket as a wall socket of the tree as a root. Consider the wall socket as a root. This wall socket has two outlets. This wall socket has a two outlets. These two outlets again has a two outlets. In the one outlet we connected a one computer. Again this has a two outlet. Again here connect a one more computer. Here also this outlet has a two outlets. Again connect here one more computer. Continuation is so on. Like this it will be continued. Correct? It will be continued like this. So how many chords we have to use here? So consider the wall socket as a root, computers as a leaf. Computers as a leaf. Because there is no outlet from the computers. Means there is no out degree from the computer. There is only the in degree for the computers. Therefore computers are considered as a leaf. And internal vertices and other than the root as a extension chords. Internal vertex and other than the root. Other than the root means other than the root as will be considered as a extension chords. Now come to the number of the leaves in the tree means P equal to 10. If P equal to 10 means Q equal to 10 minus 1 equal to 9. So total number of in the Q there will be the total internal vertices. According to the number of extension of the cards needed is means we have to left a root here. If you want to left a root in the internal vertices means you have to minus 1 equal to 8. So total number of internal chords means number of chords needed is 8 here. If you draw it in the this in with the diagram, you set it a one computer here, one more here, one more, and 4 computers are set it here, and one more, and set it here also, because leaves are the here because computers are the leaves here. So C6, C7, C8, C9, and consider the vertex V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7, V8. This will be your root. So lefting the root, number of vertices are required. 8 vertices means internal chords required is 8. Either represent it in the diagram or you have to explain it in the mathematically also.